kidnapping incidents and 492 killings between January and March, while another report recorded 792 deaths in 882 security incidents in June alone. Agencies say thousands of operations have been conducted, over 1,500 kidnapped victims rescued. Concerns remain over whether rising expenditure is translating into improved security. Now, the federal government is set to evacuate 83 more Nigerians from South Africa amid growing concerns over xenophobic attacks and anti-foreigner sentiments. The returnees are expected to leave Johannesburg on Wednesday and arrive at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, at about 8:45 p.m. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the latest evacuation was facilitated through the sponsorship of flight tickets by private individuals. The batch comes after the government's voluntary repatriation program, which saw nearly 1,490 Nigerians return home from South Africa. The ministry said the government remained committed to protecting the welfare and dignity of Nigerians abroad, while urging individuals, organizations, and state governments to support efforts to respond to consular emergencies. Meanwhile, South Africa's anti-immigration group, March and March, has issued a fresh deadline of September 30th for undocumented foreigners to leave the country. The group announced the deadline during a protest in Durban, raising fresh concerns over the safety of Nigerians and other African migrants in South Africa. Now, the federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to tackling food insecurity and unemployment through agriculture and livestock development. The Minister of Livestock Development, Edie Meha, stated this at the International Conference of the Agri-Food System Stakeholders Forum at the University of Port Harcourt. Meha said the government was addressing challenges in the sector through improved access to skills, finance, infrastructure, and markets, while calling for stronger collaboration among stakeholders. He identified climate change, flooding, drought, rising input costs, animal diseases, and post-harvest losses as major challenges. He added that the livestock value chain offers opportunities in feed production, dairy, animal health, storage, processing, and logistics. And in education, the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, is facing criticism over its 2026 WASSCE results following complaints of alleged grading anomalies and technical problems linked to the introduction of computer-based testing. Some school administrators and education advocates say high-performing students received unexpectedly low grades in core subjects. The director of Impact House Model Schools in Ogun State, Sam Abdulaziz, said the school recorded a sharp drop in mathematics and English results despite strong UTME performances and extensive preparations. He also alleged that the school experienced technical difficulties during WAEC CBT mock examination, forcing it to revert to the paper-based examination. An education administrator also claimed some students with high UTME scores received D7, E8, and F9 grades in core subjects. WAEC, however, has defended the integrity of the 2026 results, saying they were produced through rigorous marking, moderation, and auditing by subject experts. The council urged candidates and parents with concerns to approach its offices and verified channels rather than rely on unverified claims on social media. The controversy nevertheless raises fresh concerns about transparency and confidence in Nigeria's education examination system. Now, only 4 in 10 healthcare facilities worldwide meet basic sanitation standards, according to a new report by the World Health Organization and UNICEF. The report found that 40% of facilities had usable toilets that adequately serve patients and staff, including people with limited mobility. Meanwhile, 11% of healthcare facilities had no sanitation services at all, affecting about 936 million people. The situation is worse in sub-Saharan Africa, where only 23% of healthcare facilities meet basic sanitation standards, compared with 55% in Central and Southern Asia. The report also found that 85% of facilities had basic water services, while 72% had basic hygiene services and 71% had basic healthcare waste management. The UN agencies warned that poor sanitation and hygiene in health facilities could undermine infection prevention and patient safety. Now turning to the international scene, a student has been shot dead in a school attack in the Philippines, with a suspected shooter reportedly live streaming the incident before taking his own life. The incident occurred at Ateneo de Zamboanga University in western Mindanao. Police say the 9th grade suspect entered a classroom, shot the victim, and later went to the 5th floor where he killed himself. The Interior Ministry confirmed that the incident was live-streamed on social media. Authorities are investigating the motive for the attack, the ownership of the firearm, and how it was brought into the school. The school confirmed the deaths and said it was cooperating with the investigation. The incident comes 2 months after another school shooting in the Philippines left 3 students dead and 20 others injured. Schools across the country have since increased active shooter drills and security measures. Now moving on to business news with Karimat Hassan.
Welcome to S24 Business Update. From Nigeria's latest inflation figures to movement in the oil market, here are the stories making headlines today. Nigeria's headline inflation rate has eased to 15.43% in July 2026, down from 15.91% recorded in June. According to the latest Consumer Price Index released by the National Bureau of Statistics, the figure represents a 0.48 percentage point decline from the previous month. On a month-on-month basis, inflation also slowed to 1.57% in July compared to 1.66% in June. However, food prices remain a major concern. NBS data shows that food inflation stood at 20.31% year-on-year in July, while month-on-month food inflation rose to 5.56% from 3.75% in June. The figures indicate that although the pace of overall price increases is slowing, Nigeria continues to face significant pressure from the rising cost of food and other essential goods. Meanwhile, billionaire businessman Femi Otedola has further increased his stake in First Holdco, following a share purchase worth about 20.7 billion naira. Otedola, through his investment vehicle, Calvados Global Services Limited, acquired 147.7 million shares at 140 naira per share. The transaction, which was executed on August 14th and reported today, has increased Otedola's stake in First Holdco to about 27.49%. The latest purchase further strengthens his position in the financial services and continues its aggressive accumulation of shares in the company. In the international oil market, Brent crude has climbed above $90 a barrel and renewed tension amid the Strait of Hormuz. The rise follows growing concerns over potential disruptions to global oil supplies as uncertainty surrounding the United States and Iran continues. The Strait of Hormuz is a crucial route for global oil shipments, meaning a prolonged disruption could tighten supplies and push crude prices higher. For Nigeria, higher oil prices could support government revenue and foreign exchange earnings, given the country's dependence on crude oil exports. However, sustained increases in global energy prices could also put additional pressure on transportation and other costs. And that's the business update for today. I am Karimat Hassan. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back from that break. And it's now time for S24 Report. Stay with us.
Currently complain about bad leadership. But if corruption disappears tomorrow, are ordinary Nigerians ready to change behaviors that keep corruptions alive?
People will go back to their fighting instinct immediately. Because I could remember when Buhari won the president. Nigerians go back to their instinct. People are benefiting from the corruption. They are kicking against it, and they are now joining them. It's just because they say, if you can't beat them, you join them. That's it.
So basically, this is our leadership. What you can say, Nigeria, we are corrupt. Mostly from first to the end. Like myself personally, we are also corrupt. But what we can change, if you want to change, we can change. But everybody knows what is going on in this Nigeria. Understand? So it's only we pray. May Almighty God bring the person who has Nigerian mind on his mind. You understand? Who can do Nigeria what deserves Nigeria. That's what that is.
Thank you very much. Nigeria is passing through a lot because of poverty and hardship. If poverty will be reduced, I think corruption will stop in Nigeria. But as far as people are passing, a lot of people are being corrupt not because they are bad, but because some situations like poverty make them to end up doing what they don't want to do or what they don't like doing. People do that to get money, to earn to pay their bills. Because if you look at Nigeria now, so many graduates, they don't have jobs, they are going up and down looking for what or means of survival.
Welcome back from that break, and this is Political Arena here on S24 Television. This afternoon, we will be discussing a role of women in ensuring Nigeria continue to be in a safer state, and what role should women play in ending insecurity in our dear country, and also ensure them they participate in politics ahead of 2027. My guest this afternoon is Aisha Ibrahim, a global advocate. Aisha Ibrahim, welcome to Political Arena here on S24 Television.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for honoring our invitation.
My pleasure.
So, if I may ask, when we say women participation in politics or women empowerment beyond political participation, what do we mean by that?
The simplest term is when you train a woman, you train a nation.
Mm.
So when a woman is well schooled, exposed, she would give you children that will not embarrass you tomorrow. That's just the simplest term.
Of course. Build the world, build the nation.
Yes.
So how important education is to a girl child and woman?
Education is important for everyone. I would emphasize more on women because our culture sometimes has limited women from, advancing in education. And that has subjects a lot of people to relying on certain people, and then they end up,
messing up,
not achieving their dreams, living someone else's dream, as a matter of fact.
Well, so due to the economic situation and the security situation in our dear country, Nigeria, which all of us are lamenting, and from all indications, it seems like the government don't even know how to control that. Do you think that women have a role to play in ensuring that the problem of insecurity in Nigeria, it has come to an end?
Well, like I said, if you train a woman, you train a nation. Having a happy woman is having happy children. So if your wife is comfortable, not just buying food in the house, she would give you good children. Train those children while the men, I would say, are out there looking for daily bread. Your wife is at home training and taking care of your children. A peaceful woman is a happy home. So with the way the country is today, if the governments can maybe push more free education, because there are a lot of people that can't afford education.
Of course.
Yes, if they can push free education, children need to go to school. Being idle is what makes them join these people.
An idle mind.
It's a devil's workshop. They end up, joining these gangs, and then they become something else. So that is how the society keeps, becoming terrible day by day.
As someone that has been using social media, a content creator, an independent woman, and how do you think empowering women that goes beyond political empowerment? Because we know through empowerment and we know political empowerment. Do you think that empowering women, because we saw some videos where women are being used as imposters, whereby they are the one taking all those sort of arms and ammunition to bandit out there. Do you think that if the government can truly empower women, that empowerment will end the problem of insecurity in our society?
Absolutely, yes. And I think one way that this empowerment should happen is by giving grants, accessible grants, not just for a particular set of individuals. It should be accessible to anybody. Just because
as long as you're qualified.
Yes, as long as you're qualified. And then the criteria should not be a headache, because you know there are some grants that when you read the requirements, you will give up. So the easiest way is for you to join these people that will give you easy cash. So yes, grants.
Well, women are still underrated in politics.
Absolutely.
Why?
I think this is a societal thing. Women already are seen as
vulnerable and weak.
Exactly, vulnerable and weak. And then I've seen where one of the political, in this House of Senate, where Natasha was called a noisemaker because she's a woman. And whatever point she was giving at the time was making sense. But to them, she was making noise. So women are already seen as nothing. So that is why there is no, special attention given to us.
So how can we break that stereotyping?
How can we?
Is it by promoting more awareness among others? Is it by pushing women to participate more in politics?
Yes, by pushing more women, but who is willing to push more women into politics?
Well, because the society itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I would say pushing women into politics, the right people into politics. Because, if you push someone that listens to the crowd, that's going to be a problem. You should have a goal before you join politics. Politics it's really heavy on the head, Yes.
So, but some people are still accusing the woman of being not ready to catch the bull by the horn, or even if given the opportunity, they may likely end up embezzling the resources. We saw what happened with the former Minister of Petroleum. We saw what happened with the former Minister of Humanitarian, and a lot of scandal. Don't you think that it is the women that they are not yet ready to catch the bull by the horn? That is why men are actually dominating the political space.
Well, I think I don't think so. No, I think women just give up because they don't have the strength to battle these things. But we see Okonjo-Iweala. She's one woman I respect so much, and I've not heard any dirt about her. She's somebody that is very respectful.
Or even so, Amina Mohammed.
Yes.
Assistant Secretary General.
These are women that have good track record. So why are we just pointing out Minister of Petroleum and the humanitarian lady? Why are we pointing them out? We have reputable people that can represent this country.
Okay, your call to women out there whom they really want to venture into politics. Because yesterday I interviewed one aspirant that wanted to represent the good people of Kafur and Malumfashi Federal Constituency. She made it clear to me that she joined politics with the intention of serving her own people. And just look at her own bold and courageous step. So what can you say to other people out there that wanted to follow her own footstep and footprint?
I would say don't stop, because you're going to be discouraged. You're even going to get paid to leave it. They will give you a very awesome amount to step down for someone else. But don't. Because if you don't push, if women keep coming down and not agreeing to push, no matter how hard it gets, then we're not going to have women in politics. So I would say keep pushing. Don't stop and don't get discouraged.
So what can you say ahead of 2027, having media station like S24 in promoting awareness and in promoting public enlightenment? Because we knew every after election or before election, the country used to be in a very volatile situation. So what are your calls to other media stations and people like you, like social media content creator? What can you say to young Nigerians out there?
I would, first of all, get your PVC. That's the first step. At all costs, get your PVC. When you get your PVC, then you have the right to talk. But if you don't have PVC, you can't just come and type on your phone and be posting while you're in your house. Other people are on the field going to vote, getting hurt by all means. So if these other channels that report this news can be truthful, because I've seen where stations cut truth just because they want to please a particular person. So I would say stations, channels, content creators should not be bots. Let the truth be out. That's the only way we can have anything free and fair in 2027.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, as you have been always agitating for free, fair, credible, and acceptable election. That is the only way Nigerians can have good and repeatable leadership in 2027. Aisha Ibrahim, it's a pleasure speaking to you here on S24 Television.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And this is where we draw the curtain of S24 Political Arena. Stay tuned for our X24 report. Thank you and bye for now.
I started seeking out people who were like-minded. And in the course of seeking out these people, I realized that there was a gap in, literary activity in the society. That's Enugu. And that was what led me to come up with the first festival, Creator Literary Festival, because at the time there was no festival in Enugu.
For decades, Enugu stood quietly on the margins of Nigeria's literary map. Once a city with a rich intellectual and cultural tradition, opportunities for writers, readers, and literary enthusiasts has gradually dwelled, leaving a noticeable gap in creative engagement. But one woman was determined to change that. As traffic flows through the bustling cities of Enugu and students move between lecture halls and libraries, Adachuku Nwudiwe walks with a sense of purpose. A writer, editor, and cultural advocate, she saw something missing in the city she called home.
2017, it was laid in my spirit to come up with the festival, the first literary festival in decades, which is Creator Literary Festival. So that was the birth of me starting things in Enugu.
Photographs from previous editions of the festival tell the story of its growth. Young people take to microphones, authors engage audiences, and discussions unfold before packed rooms. What was once absent is now becoming part of the city's cultural landscape. Beyond the festival grounds, signs of literary engagement are emerging across Enugu. Groups of young people meet to read and discuss ideas. Bookstores continue to serve readers searching for stories that reflect their experiences. Bookseller Godwin Chukudubem says the impact has been noticeable.
Recently, it seems there's a decline in reading culture. And from what she's doing, a lot of people are becoming aware that these books can be still found in the market. That's one of the best things she's doing for us.
For Nwudiwe, however, promoting literature means more than organizing events. It also means supporting writers and helping bring their stories into the world. Through collaborations with publishers and creative professionals, she worked closely on manuscripts, anthologies, and literary projects that amplify African voices. Among those who have worked with her is Chiadozie Okeke of Just Print Publishing House.
Her level of excellence is second to none. I would say that her attention to details, I would give it up to her when it comes to editing and ensuring that this work comes out perfect.
Nwudiwe knows that books alone may not be enough to reach modern audiences. While concern over declining reading habits remains widespread, she believes the challenge also presents an opportunity.
One of the reasons I co-founded Afrocards was because of what I learned when I was working with Creator. We talk about the poor reading culture in Nigeria, and yes, we don't have a lot of people reading books, but we have a lot of people watching YouTube. We have a lot of people going on WhatsApp, going on Facebook to just look at videos that have been sent. And to me, this is one of the quickest ways to share information across Nigeria. Anything you share on a video goes fast.
Her approach reflects a broader effort to meet audiences where they are, using digital platforms to preserve, document, and share African stories in a format that resonates with a new generation. Supporters say such innovation is exactly what the creative sector needs.
What I see, is an industry, it's a subsector that is raring to go, but it needs some bit of a sustained support. It needs some sustained support, and not just throwing money at it at the problem. We need some sort of structured support in a way that finds up and coming artists, creative persons, young persons, that then find them, support them in a way that really benefits them and enables their career to grow.
As the city expands around her, Onwudiwe continues to build spaces for stories to thrive, whether through festivals, publishing projects, or digital archives. Her work is helping reconnect Enugu with a literary tradition that once defined it. For many young writers and readers, the revival is already on the way. One book, one conversation, and one story at a time.
Hello and welcome to Security Update on S24 Rundown. I am Martha Opalanedu. Here are today's top stories. Troops raid kidnappers' hideout, recover ammunition in Adamawa. Swift military response stops kidnap plots in Zamfara State. Police nabbed 2 suspected one-chance robbers in Ogun State. Now, the details. Troops of Operation Hadinkai, working alongside local hunters, have raided a suspected kidnappers' camp in Megedo village, Zong, local government area of Adamawa State, forcing the criminals to flee. The operation followed credible intelligence on the location of the hideout. Security personnel moved in and came under contact with the suspected kidnappers, who reportedly abandoned the camp and escaped into the surrounding forest under pressure from the advancing troops. Although soldiers pursued the fleeing suspects, they later suspended the chase because of the difficult, heavily forested terrain. A search of the camp led to the recovery of 3 AK-47 magazines, 25 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, a Techno mobile phone, and a long chain fitted with padlocks believed to have been used to restrain kidnapped victims. The recovered items have been taken into military custody for further investigation. The raid forms part of ongoing operations under Operation Hadinkai and Operation Desert Sanity V, aimed at dismantling kidnapping networks and strengthening security across Nigeria's northeast. Moving on, troops of the Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Fansanyama have foiled an attempted mass abduction in Kwara, Namoda, local government area of Zamfara State, rescuing 9 civilians, including an infant. The troops responded swiftly after receiving a distress call from residents and engaged the attackers in a gun battle, forcing them to retreat before carrying out the planned abduction. 2 women who sustained gunshot injuries during the attack are receiving medical treatments, while security forces have launched a manhunt for the fleeing suspects as operations continue in the area. And finally, in Ogun State, the Ogun State Police Command has arrested 2 suspected members of a one-chance robbery syndicate believed to have been targeting commuters in the Abeokuta metropolis. The suspects were apprehended during an intelligence-led operation after police received information about the activities of the gang, which allegedly disguised itself as commercial tax operators to rob unsuspecting passengers. Police say the suspects have made useful statements, while efforts are ongoing to arrest other members of the gang who escaped during the operation. Residents have been urged to remain vigilant, avoid boarding suspicious vehicles, and continue sharing useful information with security agencies. And that's it on Security Updates. Do remember that security is a shared responsibility. Bye for now.
technology is moving fast, and across Africa, governments are making new moves to expand digital skills, improve access to technology, and create more opportunities for young people. From tech growth in Enugu to easier access to public services, digital training in Yobe, and new internship opportunities in Kenya, here are the latest tech updates. The Nigerian Communication Commission has handed a digital industrial park to the Enugu state government for 15 years. The facility is expected to support artificial intelligence, robotics, and technology startups in the region. The move is aimed at creating more opportunities for innovation and strengthening the technology ecosystem in Enugu. Still in Nigeria, the federal government is also working to make public services easier to access. The Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy has launched a new online platform for government services. The platform is designed to reduce the need for citizens to search through different websites or depend on third-party intermediaries. The goal is to make government services easier to find and access. As the push for digital skills continues in Yobe State, where thousands of young people are set to receive training, Yobe State has approved the rollout of the Bunu Digital 6000 program. The initiative aims to train 6,000 young people across the state's local government areas in skills. The program is designed to improve literacy, boost employability, and help young people take advantage of opportunities in the economy. And beyond Nigeria, Kenya is also creating new opportunities for young people looking to build careers in technology. Kenya's ICT Authority has announced 400 internship opportunities under the Presidential Digital Talent Program. The program targets recent university graduates, giving them the opportunity to gain practical experience in technology and related fields. The initiative is part of effort to build a stronger workforce and prepare young graduates for the technology industry. From tech infrastructure and public services to training and internships, technology continues to create new opportunities across Africa. Thanks for watching. I am Gladys Asuko. Stay tuned for our next segment coming to you right after this break. Thank you.
The entertainment world is buzzing with new music, celebrity drama, and a major international honor. From Fola teasing his next release, to Jemima Osunde challenging an alleged traffic violation in Lagos, to Grammy winner Angelique Kidjo receiving a historic Hollywood honor. Here are the stories making the headlines today. Afrobeat singer Fola is gearing up for a new release. The singer shared a snippet of his upcoming single on Monday, August 17th, sparking excitement across social media, with fans already describing the track as a potential banger. The song, reportedly titled Attention, is expected to drop around midnight into Wednesday. Fola, signed to Dambang Republic, an empire, has been building momentum with songs including You, Fine Thing, and Treat You Right, his collaboration with Arya Starr. The new single follows his 2025 debut album, Karista, as Fola continues to establish himself as one of Afrobeat's rising voices. And from a new song, generating buzz online, to Lagos traffic incidents that has reignited conversations about road discipline. Actress Jemima Osunde has called out a motorist she accused of driving against traffic in Lagos. In a video she shared online, Osunde alleged that the driver left his lane to avoid traffic and drove on the wrong side of the road towards Lekki. The actress said she refused to give way, arguing that traffic congestion should not be an excuse to violate road regulations. She also claimed that police officers were in the vehicle, but maintained that she was prepared to remain in traffic rather than encourage the alleged violation. Osunde, however, said she would give way in genuine emergencies involving vehicles such as ambulances and fire trucks. Her comments have sparked renewed discussions about traffic congestion and road discipline in Lagos. And finally, from Lagos to Hollywood, an African music icon is making history with one of industry's most prestigious honors. Five-time winning Grammy winner Angelique Kidjo is being honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, becoming the first African artist to receive the recognition. The Beninese music icon is receiving the 2,854th star in the recording category on August 18th in Hollywood. The honor celebrates her remarkable 4-decade career and her role in taking African music to audiences across the world. With 18 albums to her name, Kidjo has built a global reputation by blending West African sounds with genres including R&B, jazz, funk, music, and from across African diaspora. Beyond music, she is also known for her advocacy for children and girls through UNICEF and her Butangan Foundation. Her latest album, Hope, continues her message of resilience, joy, and unity. And that's a wrap on today's entertainment stories. From Fola's highly anticipated new music to Sunday's stance on road discipline and Angelique Kidjo's historic Hollywood honor, the entertainment scene continues to make waves at home and around the world. I am Landis Kuyet. Thanks for staying with us.
Hello and welcome to Sports Updates, where we bring you the stories making headlines and, more importantly, the developments behind them. Let's get straight into it. We begin with FIFA, where the fallout from the abandoned FIFA Forward Enterprise Plan has taken another turn. FIFA has parted ways with its chief operating officer, Kelvin Lamour, just weeks after he publicly criticized President Gianni Infantino over the controversial commercial projects. Lamour described FFE as a project of one person and accused FIFA's administration of being deceived about the initiative. He also questioned Infantino's leadership, saying a president should unite and inspire people. FIFA says their working relationship ended on August 17 after 2 years of service. And while FIFA deals with the fallout from one controversy, Nigerian football is facing a major shakeup of its own. The NFF has ordered Super Falcons head coach Justin Madugu, his assistants, and backroom staff to step down following Nigeria's disappointing WAFCON campaign and failure to qualify for the 2027 Women's World Cup. The changes do not stop there. The National Sports Commission has cancelled the NFF Electoral Congress and plans to appoint a 3-month normalization committee to oversee fresh elections. The NFF has pushed back against the move, raising concerns about possible interference. And from football politics to a success story in another sport, Nigeria has also been making wave in fencing. The National Sports Commission has pledged greater support after Nigeria finished 4th overall at the 2026 Commonwealth Fencing Championships in Lagos, the first senior fencing competition staged in Africa. More than 20 countries competed, with India topping the medal table, while Nigeria emerged as the highest-ranked African nation. Importantly, many of Nigeria's medal winners were under 20, suggesting this could be the beginning of something much bigger. Finally, a return to football, but this time in England, where Manchester United are working to keep one of their most important players. The club remains confident Bruno Fernandes will stay despite interest from Galatasaray and other European clubs. United reportedly offered Fernandes a new deal in May, and talks with his camp are still ongoing. The message from Old Trafford is clear. They want their captain to stay. And with Fernandes continuing to be central to United's plan, the coming weeks could determine whether that confidence finally becomes a new long-term contract. And that's a wrap on today's sports updates. Coming up next is Pidgin News with Shukra.
How far on a day? I don't come again with Obonge Tori, make una sit down, carry chair, make we yarn within the ground. My people, as kidnapping and killing, banditry just the pepper us up and down for this country. No fewer than 31 states don't spend an estimated money of 252.26 billion on security for just the first 6 months of 2026 alone. That one means they don't spend that kind huge money from January to June alone. And according to the data we come out from open Nigerian universities, now Kogi State carry first for the spending. They been talk say they spend about 34 billion naira on this insecurity matter. Plateau second follow with 23.69 billion. And Bauchi will spend 22.35 billion. Now security votes carry the highest money, passing 135 billion naira, while security equipment collect over 37 billion naira and personnel collect 26 billion naira. But as the money they go up and down, people they ask where all these billions no they translate to safety. They see they kidnap people up and down, killings everywhere. Just between January and March, Human Rights Commission talk say They record about 651 kidnapping cases and 492 killings. Government needs to do more. I beg. And for our second story, federal government don't ready to carry 83 more Nigerians come up for South Africa because of the fear of this xenophobic attack where they happen to our people where they there. These people suppose enter Lagos this Wednesday night, and now private individual can't even help sponsor the flight ticket because of how anti-immigrant group for South Africa, where they call March and March, can't give undocumented foreigners deadline of September 30 to pack their load come out. May God help our people waste the day. Meanwhile, the federal government don't talk again, say them they're fully ready to tackle hunger and unemployment where they happen for Nigeria through agriculture and livestock development. The Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Maiha, yarned this one during the conference for University of Port Harcourt. He explained, say governments they find ways to sort out challenges like climate change, flooding, and high cost of farming inputs. He had say livestock business get plenty money inside, from feed production to dairy and processing. So our youth make them try enter agriculture instead of only looking for japa. And if we talk say agriculture no be for poor man again. In fact, now people we smart now they do And we don't enter our third story. Ask Kasala the born WAEC as it be so. Currently, WAEC they face hits from schools and parents over this 2026 results. People they complain say as they are picking be brilliant and smart reach for school, even score high mark for UTME and JAMB. Now so WAEC can't give them D7, E8 and F9 for maths and English. Some school owners said they vex say now this computer-based training where them bring now cause these technical issues during the exam. Even one group don't even threaten and say they will carry WAEC go court, make them audit the system data. But WAEC come out to defend himself, say now they mark the result, they mark the exam where and now waiting everybody gets 9 then give them. So make everybody calm down. And we don't eventually reach Obodo Ibo, where the United Nations through the WHO and UNICEF don't release reports with shake body. Then talk say now only 4 out of 10 healthcare facilities for the whole world meet basic sanitation standard, meaning say usable toilets with patients and nurses fit use, it is scarce. The matter even worse for sub-Saharan Africa, where now only 23% of hospitals meet the standard. UN wants say if hospital dirty, sickness go increase instead make it reduce. People go hospital say make them treat something, they go come back with another. And we don't reach our destination where tragedy happened for Philippines, where one student being carried gun, shooting fellow students for head. And come go 5th floor of the school building, come by himself too. Police yan say they even suspect say the students will be killed and that student can't kill himself. They stream the whole thing as they happen. School authorities don't confirm the side incident and security agencies don't start investigation to see how the boy carry gun enter school compound. My people make una no go anywhere as I go invite my colleague, make we discuss 2 of these story wey affect us pass.
All right.
Inakwana.
Carol.
Ashoko.
Caro, Salafioji.
Mesiere.
Ricardo Saipia.
Agba.
Caro, Shidadaleji.
Anyaneo Akaneri. Ututoma. Paul Tiang. Puyala.
Amesere, Idemfo.
Caro.
Latose.
Nakwana.
Ututoma.
Welcome back from that break, and my colleague don't come join us today. She be person we una sabi. Hadiza Galadima, it is good to have you here.
Yeah. How you doing?
So
How you dey go?
how you dey go well? They go well. So make we no waste time. Make we yarn waiting carriers come. 31 states been talk say they use about 252.62 billion naira on top the security matter, but they translate to anything. What's that one mean?
If we want to talk about Nigeria matter now, let's even look put the security matter for side. We don't dey hear for the longest time say they put money, they budget money for some kind things or for different things, and we know they ever see the translation in
Una welcome back, my people. So make we no waste time. Make we continue with where we stop with Hadiza Galadima. So Hadiza, I been talk something to go. Continue.
as I dey yarn talk say for Naija, anything that has to do with money, anything where money wey choke involve, no worry yourself. We no dey ever see that thing wey dey come into translation. Now we dey talk about insecurity, we dey talk about say they don budget billions of nairas into this money wey go show say okay, these people really dey work or they dey do wetin they suppose do. But at the end of the day, Nigeria, my country, where it be the country where everybody know, we no go ever dey see.
E no go show.
E no dey ever show, my dear.
The people wey still dey fight for front, they no still go. They no go see better food chop. They no go get better ammunition. Fight wetin they suppose fight. They just they waste their life.
The main question now wey we even suppose dey ask we say where this money dey go. For the fact say they dey even provide this money, they dey give una this money just to solve a particular problem. Una no fit solve am. Where e dey go?
Federal government been providing money, but they say any translation.
Exactly.
And one agency may record about 651 kidnapping cases just for the first half of this year alone.
So now, who we want even blame for this matter as it be like this? We go blame the presidency. Abi we go blame the army. Abi who we want blame? Because I no go talk say we go blame Nigerians for this matter.
We want
as it be.
As it be, so we suppose blame the people where they give money when they use and do anything.
Some of them they go even agree say they hold the money.
Because as
they sure say they go tell you say they go agree say the money even dey their possession. We go just say say they call money left, right, and center. But make we see waiting this money they do. We know they ever see them.
Nobody go agree. Me they no carry them now.
But now, we could talk about humanity. We could talk about, and only person we no get pity. You no get fear of God, and I don't understand whether these people they feel like say, okay, oh, this no go ever come my domot, or this no go ever happen to me. Why?
So they don't touch everybody now. They touch everybody one by one. They don't kidnap military personnel. They kidnap people, officials. They kidnap normal people too. They touch everybody.
He show me that I say those people where they kidnap now people where legit for the field of military. Now, me now how I take translate and with that. Now because they legit, they are way pure. Because the ones where they siphon the money, no worry, you no go see them. How many times do they see them for the country? How many times do they see their family members for the country? But for the fact that, see, we understand that work where scratch my back and scratch your back, or where person they work, now they chop. You get, but do what you supposed to do.
No, they make people they lose their life like water.
Exactly. Do what you supposed to do. Protect the citizens. Now waiting, now just one call where Nigerians they make now like this. So protect us. Okay, now since the government now decides say, okay, we want to do something about them. Okay, we don't give una this money. See, people no go ever believe say something like that. And I say the government they even try put efforts to work on these kind of things. Do you understand?
How many person want to agree say the government they give them that kind of billions of naira, but you know they translate.
But it dey paper. We they see and say they don't give una this money because we don't they hear small some kind side talk say even if the money come up from presidency enter the army or the military hand, some of them know they do what they supposed to do. They know they keep up with what they supposed keep up. They know they do the right way they want to. Okay, all this money where you they gather, where you want carry and go. At the end of the day, they give you money based on say protect lives and properties. Now, the money you're supposed to use protect life and property, you they use them now for yourself, for your own life and for your own property. Forgetting say, okay, the people wait anytime. God bless you. People wait there, they die, they go. You forget say you tell me go die because you get what they talk. Or you see this death now, close where everybody will swear. So why you not go just do the needful, just do the necessary and.
You know, go take everything. Maybe you do
exactly.
What you do protect
it not go
people.
take you anything to become person will get integrity. And it no hard for this life where we dey like this. As we say, billions of this money they come. Do what you want to do. If you want chop, but do the necessary thing.
Protect the people where you promise you.
Now waiting they cry for with that.
Even as they don't even protect the people where they front, they don't even feed them well. They know they give them food, they know they give them water. They go just they fight. They go
and
like
we
that.
they see these people, all these bandits, them, all these kidnappers, and they go come out boldly for our social media. They tell us say
they will come tell us say they no fit track them.
They no fit track them.
They go
and they hold. How will I call it? I go call and say exotic machinery. I've been waiting. Our military suppose they get. Now why did they pump this money into the military with that? Do this. Bring better machineries, come feed these people well, fight for them. Even if how do you want to take ginger fight?
This story they sweet, but I'm gonna like cut it short as we
Like,
know get time.
It will make you vex.
My wonderful people, now here we go hang our story for today. Me and Adiza go still pick them up tomorrow again. We're gonna stay safe. I go see you next time.
Have you ever been in a situation where someone stopped replying your messages and then suddenly reappeared 3 weeks later with a hey stranger? Or had someone tell you, oh, you're being too dramatic or you're overreacting when you were simply expressing how you felt? Well, congratulations, you have already experienced some of today's most popular red flags. And no, we're not talking about the giant red flags you see at football matches. We're talking about unhealthy relationship drama that people often mistake for love, care, or normal relationship drama. And this can have real effects on our emotional and mental well-being. So today, we are becoming relationship detectives. Let's decode some relationship terms and find out whether that's signs of love or signs to run. Run. You're texting someone regularly, everything is fine, ship is sailing, and then suddenly the person disappears. No explanation, no goodbye, no, I'm no longer interested. Uncle, auntie, you've been ghosted, yo. It's when someone suddenly loses communication and stop talking to you without any explanation. Now, this ghosting has a cousin. It's called breadcrumbing. Not this bread. This is when someone gives you tiny bits of attention, just enough to keep you interested, but never enough to build a real relationship. One random good morning text every 2 weeks, but when it's time for commitments, they disappear. They're feeding you emotional breadcrumbs instead of a full meal. And girl, you are a full meal. As far as this one feels amazing. You meet someone today, they're already showering you with cash. And I'm not talking real money. I'm talking care, attention, support, honesty. My
Thank you, Shukra and Hadiza Galadima, for the pidgin version of our news. And this brings us to the end of S24 News Rundown. Do join us next time, and remember to follow us on all our social media platforms at S24 Television for more updates and breaking stories. My name is Gloria Atta. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.